Hey guys, so today we are going to work on a really fun revamp project. Recently, I convinced my dad to let me remodel, or redecorate I should say, his bathroom. And so I went and did some thrifting recently and just to see what I could find, because we came up with a theme that I wanted to do in there, and that was a library. So we're going to be working on a piece tonight, but I'm going to show you some of the fun pieces I already picked up. We want to do kind of a library / study type theme. And my dad, for those who don't know, is Lebanese. And so I found this globe, or metal artwork piece, wall piece, that looks like part of a globe. And it was solid black. And I wanted it to be a little bit more than that. And so I decided on my color scheme, which is going to be the 3 primary colors, red, blue, and yellow. And then 1 secondary color, which is green, with some touches of gold and white, because halfway down the wall, the full perimeter of his bathroom is that old square white tile. And it's all in really good shape, so they're going to hang on to it. But I needed to bring that up because we're going to be painting the wall just above that. And right now I'm kind of playing with some green tones. But anyway, so I decided on red, yellow, and blue with hints of gold, like I said, and white. So with the bottom of the wall being tile, you've got kind of that checker pattern. And so I thought this would be fun to kind of bring that up on the wall, as well as, like I said, he's Lebanese, so he's from Lebanon. And on the map, I got as close as I possibly could, and I took the tip of a brad, those old metal brads, and I clipped it off and glued it right where Lebanon would be, right about on this globe. So I thought that was fun. Just kind of tipping our hat to where Dad comes from. And then I found this cast iron piece, which was solid black, and I wanted to bring those tones in, and so the colors that I chose. So anyway, I highlighted all of the parts that were embossed, that were lifted up, and brought those out with the gold, and then just did a blue on the cross. And I may put that on a bookshelf with some books. This was a fun piece that I found, and it has a Emerson quote. It's not entirely there. You can see here where they kind of took part of it out, but this just really, really hit home with me as to who my dad is and the impact he's made on everybody that's ever met him. And since he's such an incredible guy, I thought this piece was really cool. Plus it looks like it's been typed by a typewriter, which is something that at one point you would have found in a library. So I thought that was fun. And it brings in the white, brings it kind of up the wall. And then this is a die that Chuck made. And I just wood stained it in the green and put white dots on it to kind of bring that up to a shelf too. And then of course, what is a bathroom without a towel hanger? And that's pretty perfect since it says his. And it too is cast iron. So there's that with the touches of gold. And then this, what better than words and letters in a library, right? So I thought this was fun, and it just hangs on the wall. Now this is a very small half bath, so Those pieces will go in there. And then I found this D, obviously for Dad, and it's really deep. Like, it's almost 2.5 inches, probably 3 inches deep. And so what we're gonna do, and you may have seen on our Facebook page a picture of this, a quick snapshot, but we're gonna be drilling holes in here and putting in a waterproof pack of battery operated lights. So he'll have a fun marquee on a timer. And we've kind of marked that because it'll have quite a few very small lights on it. So that'll be like a night light in there. What we're working on tonight is going to be the container that I found for his toilet paper, extra toilet paper. I thought it would be fun to have a cool way to kind of camouflage that in and make it fun. But I'm not in love with the Chinese symbols. So, and I'm assuming that's what this is. It may not be. I don't really know for sure, but it does feel very Asian in its appearance. And it was lined, so we tore all that out, and I'll be cleaning this up later. But tonight we're gonna work on the outside. And then it also comes with hinges and 2 latches, which I've already removed. And those are over here. So it'll latch. And then my idea for this letter D is to either go somewhere on the top, which I probably will not do it on the top because I have a feeling this is going to be on a shelf higher up on the wall. So it's either going to go on the top or it will go here on the front, which is what I'm leaning more towards. So you guys tell me what you think in the comments below, and hopefully I'll get it right for what you guys were thinking too. But again, remember, this is going to be about eye level on the wall, and it is a fairly tall box, so I'm thinking that the D would probably be best on the front. Now my thought process is I could paint it, but since I'm trying to bring in so many fun textures and so many fun colors into this half bathroom, my biggest challenge is going to be to keep it from being cluttered, and I don't want that. I do want this box to be fun. And so I'm kind of going for organized chaos on this box. And these are a couple of the patterns that I have chosen if I decide to decoupage, which I'm pretty positive that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. The gray tones are going to match the marquee, the big letter D marquee. This has a little bit of the mustard yellow, the green, the red, and the blue. This will help to bring up some of the white. And then this is another shade of blue we have here. And then this is another paper that has chipping paint in the yellow and the red. But because we're doing a library theme, my goal is to incorporate as many book pages as possible. So, and then you pair this with all of it, and I really think it's going to be fun and not too chaotic, but definitely interesting to look at. So, another fun thing is, I will go ahead and point out that if you guys read any of the font on these pages, they are somewhat risque on certain pages, and I didn't mean to do that intentionally. I did a pickup one time, and I was able to get a hold of some very old books to use for things just like this. And one of those books was almost 120 years old at the time. That's been about 4 years ago. And they were just beautiful books. And I opened them, and they had these really, really pretty, very feminine and delicate images of like cherubs, angels, and women wrapped in cloth, kind of like togas. And I thought they were really pretty, but then so I decided to save them because the books were falling apart. There were 2 of them, and I looked up the value of them and all that, and they weren't valued at anything but like $8 a piece or so. And that was in really good condition. These books were not in good condition. So anyway, I purchased them, and just for, like I said, reasons like this. And it wasn't until tonight that Joe and I actually took a second to kind of thumb through the pages because I saw the word Arab and I thought, oh, how cool. You know, my dad's Lebanese. And so that's really cool because he's technically Arab, right? Well, once you kind of got reading further into it, it became, let's just say, very scandalous. And so I'm going to be really, really careful as to which sides of the pages I use and things like that. So I'm going to cover those up till we have to unveil those. And don't worry, I won't make you guys listen to me chatter on through the whole thing. But just keep in mind that this is one of those videos where we're creating in the moment. So if it feels right, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't, I won't. And I'll jump in here every now and again and let you know kind of what I'm doing and why I'm doing it that certain way. So keep watching. One thing I wanted to point out is the inside of this box is made out of particle board, which I pretty much absolutely hate. But the outside is covered in kind of a vinyl or coated paper. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and do the decoupage situation. But also on this end here, there is a slight puncture as if it came from the inside of the box. And so we're going to patch this and make sure that that's gone, which is another reason why we're going with paper. I thought about fabric, but I don't have a lot of fabric in primary colors that were close enough to the shades I'd already picked, and it was easier to dip into the scrapbook paper stash than to try to color match as far as fabric. So that's what we're doing. But I will be sealing this. Like I said, it's a half bath, so there's not a whole lot of moisture just floating around in there. So I'm not too worried about it, but I will seal it so that it's safe for that space. I'm also not doing full coverage because, like I said, I want it to be somewhat chaotic. And this is just a background for under the paper because for the most part it's going to be covered with the paper. So this is just if any of the box happens to show, and again to bring those little pops of white in to help bring the color of that tile up onto the wall above where the tile is. It's basically a tile wainscoting, and I just want to bring that color up. I am really glad that it's white though, because it makes it a lot easier to try to color match than if it had been one of those older tones a lot of houses have, where it's, you know, pink or avocado or mustard or, you know, something like that. Several of you also know that we are planning a move, and so right now the house is kind of in disarray. So I am actually in the living room right now, and I have a little craft table that I've kind of made portable that I can put it wherever it is I need to be able to complete a quick job or whatever. And so that's where we're hanging out right now. And if you guys can hear Shop Dog, he's a little bit upset because Joe and the girls are doing their devotions for the night. He has a father-daughter devotion book that they do together, and Shop Dog was not invited to do devotions tonight because they are in the other room where the cats are, and Shop Dog doesn't get to go in there because he gets a little bit rough sometimes trying to play too rough with them. So they have a little safe haven, and that's where Joe and the girls are right now. Okay, so I think that's gonna be it for that side. Show that to you guys. I'm gonna move on to the end. I'm not sure if you guys can see this or not. It's been kind of comical. Chuck, Bo, and I have been fighting with the camera all night to try to get it angled just right so that you guys can see everything I'm doing. But the tripod is actually as high up as it will go, and this box is just that big. It doesn't want to fit in frame. I'm doing the best I can, guys, promise. Right this second, I'm just hoping that any of those red tones aren't going to bleed through. But if they do, a trick for that is to just take it outside and spray it with a clear coat. Let that dry and paint it again, and that will prevent that red from coming through the white. So, but I didn't do that because I wasn't super concerned about it bleeding. However, right here, if you guys can see that, right here where that crack is, I feel like it's trying to turn pink on me. So I think we may have to do that, because I don't want that white to turn pink. Okay guys, it's time to start with our decoupage. And if I need to touch up the white anywhere else as we go along, I'll do that. But for now, we are going to start that. I'm not going to be concerned about covering up these holes either, because I will use a needle from the inside of the box and come through exactly where those are located. So if they get covered, it's not a big deal. They will be recoverable. Okay guys, an unfortunate turn of events. However, part of our footage did not get recorded. I did record to the end, but that didn't show up. So here is the next morning. I'm showing you the entire box finished. It's got a first clear coat, and I'm showing you the hardware and hinges. And now I am applying the liquid gold foil to the D to make it match the hinges and the rest of the hardware a little bit better. After this, I will let the D dry and attach the hardware. And once that's done, I'll get the D attached and get that outside, and I get another clear coat on the entire thing, as well as I took a few photos for you guys to see, so you do get to see the finished product. And other than that, guys, I am again so sorry for the mishaps in the video. Still figuring this whole thing out, but I promise I'm getting better. But anyway, so if you enjoyed the video, guys, please give us a thumbs up. And while you're down there, if you want to click that subscribe button, that will keep you up to date as to what our channel's doing. And while you're there, you might as well click the bell. If you click the bell and you have a YouTube account, it will notify you as we upload future videos. So we hope you guys enjoyed this one. And again, thank you so much for your love and support. And we can't wait to see you in the next one. All right, bye guys.